Continuing right off from where we left off, I suppose. Let's get going. We skipped apparently 17 days. Very fast. Very generic room. Very nice mirror. Reflecting a lot. Reem? Huh. Why did that work? Why did putting it on turbo work?
Time to get going.
Right, looking at this family, I think he doesn't quite fit in. Right? I think... Also, that is not the image on the actual photo.
Oh, Reen!
Morning, Elliot.
Good morning. Are you heading to school now too? How about we walk there together?
Sure. It's getting late though, so we might need to pick up the pace a little.
No problem. I'm guessing everyone else left already, huh?
I think so. I'm not sensing anyone else on this floor, at least. Elias in
Sensing?
particular is probably long gone by now, being the early riser he is.
Oh, okay then. He's not sensing anyone? What does that mean exactly?
I suspect it means exactly what he said.
Huh.
We're still having this issue after half a month.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
Why?
Morning. Are you two on your way to school?
Yeah. Come on, Emma. We're going to be late. Hey, wait for me, Lisa. We'll see you in class.
I never would have guessed she'd hold a grudge this long. She knows it was just an accident, right? She has to. Can't believe she'd be so sensitive.
No kidding. She's not even giving me a chance to apologize to her.
Well, as long as you keep trying, I'm sure she'll understand. Eventually. Class 7's got enough tension as it is, what with our two, prideful warriors at each other's throats. So
Prideful
I think it would be a
warriors.
load off everyone's mind if you and Elisa could make up at least.
I'll certainly do what I can, whatever that may be.
That's not the pace they're walking at, but okay.
These past 2 weeks have really flown by, haven't they? It's funny. I went into this thinking combat practice would be the toughest part of the curriculum. Never would have guessed the academic side of things might give it a run for its money.
Well, strong in body and mind is pretty firmly embedded into Imperial culture. I do get what you mean, though. I figured I'd be able to coast through the year, but I've had to very quickly reevaluate that.
You too, huh? I wish I were as smart as Machias or Emma. They don't seem to be having any problems at all. But then Emma got the top score on the entrance exam, and I'll bet you anything Machias wasn't far behind.
I'm sure. Eustace and Elisa are apparently doing really well too, as are Laura and Gaius.
Oh. So it's us and Fee.
Really? Guess I'm just gonna have to suck it up then. Though I really do hope they don't mind.
Huh? I'm not sure I follow.
Oh, sorry. You got me thinking about Eustace and Laura. I've been talking to them the same way I talk to everybody else, but they're both nobles, right? And Eustace's family rules over the whole eastern side of the Empire, so it kind of feels like I should address them more formally.
Well, they both said it was okay, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. Though you probably shouldn't go picking fights with Eustace every chance you get, like a certain someone else.
Oh, I don't plan on it. I'd hoped they'd get along a bit better over time, but if anything, things seem to be spiraling downhill fast on that end. When the two of them are in the same room, there's just this constant tension in the air.
It's not all Machias either. Eustace seems to enjoy provoking him at every opportunity. I can't even imagine what it would take to make them see eye to eye at this point.
Yeah, I wish there was something we could do to help them get along. And that's where we'd be if we weren't in Class 7. Dormitory number 2, for all the common folk like us.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Uh-huh. You have something to say, Reed?
I'm still kind of shocked that Class 7 gets to have its own dormitory. Though, to be fair, I think that building was abandoned till this year. Seems like they renovated it just for us.
Well, they did a good job. It's got a nice feel to it. I just wish it were a little closer to the academy.
Hey, you're in our way. Step aside at once. Class 7, I see.
Is something the matter?
Lots of dot dot dots.
You're just a ragtag bunch of nobodies, aren't you? Come on, we're leaving.
Yes, Patrick. A word of advice. You might be
Patrick.
part of a special class, but that doesn't change who you are. Never forget your place.
So they're from one of the upper classes. This is why I hate talking to them.
Unfortunately, that attitude is all too common among the nobles. Thank goodness Laura and Eustace aren't like that.
Yeah, that would be pretty bad. That's the infamous dormitory number 1, where all the nobility lives. It's supposed to be super fancy inside, with maids and butlers and everything.
Wow, really? Guess that's our cue to pick up the pace.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, hey, have you picked out a club to join yet? Doesn't sound like you have to or anything, but it's probably a good way to meet people.
No, I'm still looking. It's hard to decide on one.
Okay. Clubs.
Stand, bow, be seated.
Yes, definitely outwork in a Germanic Empire.
As I'm sure you're all well aware, the Erebonian Empire was driven to the brink of collapse roughly 250 years ago.
Thomas Lysander.
This was brought about by the conflict we know as the War of the Lions. A civil war lasting several years, staged over the throne of the late emperor by the most powerful of his potential successors. But of course, I'm not here to tell you that. If I were, I think even young children would be able to pass this course. Rather, I'd like to discuss the effects this had on the empire as members of the aristocracy were drawn into the war. Many hired mercenaries turned to looting and pillaging, and a similar trend could even be seen among some of the knights. The land was left utterly devastated, and morale was at an all-time low. But then, lo and behold, into this nightmare stepped a man willing to take a stand against this bloody war of succession.
I suspect many men had that intent.
He was a wandering prince who began to rally forces from the outskirts of the empire, and would go on to make quite a name for himself. And that name, of course, was was Dreikel's Rice Arnor. He would later become known as Dreikel's the Lionheart,
I say,
the
oh
73rd
god.
Emperor of Erebonia and father of the Renaissance. Not to mention the founder of this very academy. Dreikel's army was initially rather small
Also,
in number.
I have to not trust this guy after Joachim and Alba.
But as he traveled across the empire, winning over the hearts of influential sympathizers, his forces rapidly increased. Now, the place where Emperor Dreikel's first began gathering his army was... Reen Schwarzer. Would you care to tell the class?
I don't think any of these were answered. Now, I swear we would have heard about this in Crossbell if this was the case, right? So it can't be that. Verdant City of Breahard or the Nord Highlands. I'm going to guess Breahard. No. Hold on, why? How am I meant to know that? I could have ruled out Crossbell, but I already failed. I already lost a point. I need to reload. Oh, thank God. Right, so it's meant to be like, oh, don't worry if you don't know. It's just a way of telling you how it works. Thank you. But that was messed up considering I
Nice
had no
work,
reason
everyone.
to believe.
You made it
Answer.
through another grueling day of classes. In case you've been living under a rock, please don't forget that tomorrow is your first free day. It's not technically a day off, but there are no classes, so it's up to you what to do with your time. Why, you
Which
could go
makes it a
shopping in
day
the
off.
capital if you wanted to. Or just do what I do and sleep all day. Sleep is so wonderful.
Will the Academy's facilities still be open for our use?
Yes, I'd like to be able to use the free study area in the library myself.
Of course! This school shuts down for no one, so feel free to patronize any and all facilities as you like.
Well, I suspect it's sort of like
A lot of clubs have meets
It's an
scheduled for
academy,
these
so
free days as
naturally,
well,
yeah.
so anyone who's joined one should probably check on that.
I see.
I'll be certain to do so.
Also, before you leave, we should go over what's happening next week. On Wednesday, you all have your practical exam.
A practical exam?
What does that entail exactly?
It's part of your combat training. You'll be graded on your performance, so make sure you're well rested and ready for battle by then. Might be a good idea to do some training on your own time too, just to keep from getting rusty.
Interesting.
I definitely don't like the sound of that.
Oh, and one more thing. After the practical exam is over, I've got another important announcement about a major part of Class 7's curriculum that I haven't mentioned at all yet.
oh,
What?
okay.
Here it comes.
Here it comes.
So, whatever you choose to do on your free day, make it count for something. That concludes today's homeroom. Machias, if you'll do the honors.
Yes, instructor. All rise. Bow.
I guess you could see it as a similar thing like America does the national anthem in Erebonia, but that's still weird. Elliot is interesting because he's usually the character you'd expect to be quite smart and studious. Especially since he's using a staff. he's an artist. If he's not studious, he's an artist. No, I'm fucking wrong. Okay. He's a violinist. Now, Elliot, would you happen to have read Back Alley Dr. Glenn? Would you happen to have any information regarding whether that was an accurate book? He's the art club guy. Huh. I mean, it makes sense, I guess. Do we still not ask him about the tattoo? Okay. Absolutely essential. Oh, is it like a note? No, we'd have the notebook. Student is in the student union building next door at the end of the hall. Okay. Now, what is her real deal? It's genuinely so curious. I mean, look at her uniform. I don't think so, no. Okay, now let's quickly have a look. What's this look like? Ah, that's actually nice, but... Mishi, yep. Who? And Bunny is, okay. What's his casual look? Okay, wait, I can actually, that is strange. I can equip them right now. Can I do this? I can. Yep, still not gotten any of these DLC, because I do not want the free items. Now, I wonder if using these is what levels up their class, or what. Also, I didn't need to scan that enemy when it's... Okay, it's automatically scanned, good. There was some change, but not much. Damn, that is huge arts defense. Right. Okay, I actually want to change that menu then. I think main notebook is probably what I prefer. Wait, that's not the right button. That's the button. There we go. So that's a lot of characters to talk to. This is it. If you're telling me this music isn't inspired by Persona 4, I'll call you crazy. Rosine. Okay. Well, we can't tell whether she's a noble or not. Maybe we can actually. Maybe it is every noble has white clothing. Music room. Okay. Hibble. Okay. Okay, or... High bell, oh, I see. No logs, yes. Bridges. Okay, so not a normal noble. Storage room, okay. What is the book? Actually, I've heard of the book. I think it's something like Red Moon or whatever in this game. Okay, I really do need to check whether he is somehow the character from Back Alley Dr. Glenn, if he's actually this attached to violins. Oh, walking about. A Colette. We've seen a Colette before, right? Okay. Jesus Christ. I mean, she doesn't seem rude at least, but what has happened to her lips? Home ec. I believe that's cooking. That's a cooking class. Just American. Nicholas. Okay. Instructor Mary. Oh yes, you're one of the teachers. Okay, so she's sort of like the creatives director. I don't think it's a good thing if that's the case. Also, first year as a teacher. Art room. Lind. Oh. Named after the Lind, clearly. Okay. Just a bunch of storage rooms. Uh-huh. You look tired. Even to marry. Okay. So she's a sculptor as well. And they have not painted anything. Probably putting paint on the brush helps. There is one more room, even if no one's in it. The computer room. They already have orbital terminals. That's actually somewhat surprising. Oh, wait, I can actually see people from outside in here? That's actually pretty cool. Would not have expected that. That was sweet. So our arc is going to be finding a purpose. Something, I guess. Right, well, next floor then. Zooming right around. Yeah. The conference room is locked. Okay. Bullshit. Principal's office is locked. Can't talk to the headmaster. Faculty lounge. Makarov. Okay. Is he from the Epstein Foundation? Mint. Okay. Thomas. Hanover statue. Well, he's definitely an eccentric. Heinrich. Montgomery. Beatrix. Oh, a sick person. Male student, okay. You know, he makes a fair point. Okay, it's time to do the check. Will the receptionist in this game actually have a personality like Crossbell? Most of the time, at least? Or is this going back to Sky? Not looking good. Okay, no, there you go. There's something. Actually, I should check the book. Is there any way to check my general rank right now? Anywhere. Status perhaps? No. Maybe a different notebook actually even. 2-1. Vincent Florald, okay. He seems pleasant, I guess. Sariffa. He seems somewhat well-intentioned. Custodian's room. Okay, our janitor. Tyler. Okay. We're zooming. I believe that's everywhere in this building so far. Right. Auditorium. Athletic activities. Lacrosse club? Really? Okay. Swimming and fencing. Okay, that's our Opal factory. And unite. Occasionally on characters and places. Huh. That's new. I'm suspecting there's still going to be hidden quests despite that. Right, are we allowed to leave to Trista? First question. No. Right, we are definitely going to the Union building last. I believe that was it. No, that's the library, right? Yeah, well, it's there. Okay, good. Becky. This wee bam's fey there. Pardon? Are you Scottish? Are you okay? Also, Kleist and Co. Is that something else I should try to remember? There's so many things that I feel like I've heard before, but I can't recall, and it's driving me insane. Actually, is this person moving? They are. Monk. No, dude. No. Turn out to just be a reporter, you know? Rex. Okay. Right. Very nice. I miss Janice. It was so proper. Generally. Okay. Adel. Okay, that might be a feature. Also, this is going... Yep, that's a fishing spot right there. Are we allowed to go over here? We are. Ooh. Very quiet. Mysterious. I'm going to guess there's not going to be any chests here. Yeah, it's strange. Whoa. What the fuck? What was that? No, you should be worrying about that. That was insane. What? Okay, they said it was locked, right? There's Matthias. Guess Eustace is in there. Okay, library. This should be locked. Let's just make sure of that. Okay. When next? And I guess the field. That's still part of the open world in a sense. And these are non-accessible. At least it's not like Sky, where they would just put doors looking like they're openable on every single building, even if you never could. Like in Rouen in the warehouses. Lambert. Lambert Mark. Okay, who are you? Emily. Okay, should it? The Blazing Maiden. Yeah, I'm not. I'm here just to talk to you all. Both of you. Oh, never mind. It's a literature club. Okay. Well, you should probably join the archery team. Yeah, but she's a Rhineford and hiding it. The gymnasium, okay. I mean, yeah, let's just go in a circle for now. In the training hall. Oh my god, there's so many people in here. Monica. Wasn't there Monica and Janice as well? Shooting range is not. Okay. Boys locker room. Oh, these are openable. Okay, and it leads into the swimming pool. Yeah, okay. Blissful with Swift. Okay, Reen. And what about here? Nobody up here at the moment, but we should still give it a look. Swimming club room. Lacrosse club room. Fencing club room. The rowing club room. Actually, where is the fencing club? Oh, I guess it's in the place with so many participants. Oh, it's an event. Okay, Patrick. Oh wait, this is the guy we saw outside the room with the weird hair. He's like, hey, go to school. This is how to get lost. It's time for him to be put in his place. Friedel. And we have Paula not joining them. Oh, there she is. UFO Patrol. Is this different dialogue? No. No. Okay. Klein. Swimming. Not what I would expect. I'd expect fencing, really. Okay. And I'm just going to check, but I'm fairly certain I know exactly where this leads. Yes. Yes. Okay. Been to all of these. That's where we need to go down the library. Will this be like Crossbow Library, where we have a ton of documents to peruse? I'm going to guess yes. Oh, that is a flashing place. There is a books tab, really? What's unavailable right now? I really doubt I'll be very familiar. Well, you don't. There are banned books, if you realize. I believe Gambler Jack is one of them, or Cornelia even as well. Okay. What series? I thought I saw this glowing. It's just the other side then. Okay. We have Imperial Railways: A History. The Orbital Revolution of 50 years ago had a profound effect in Erebonia, much as it did in other nations of the continent. Much is made of its impact on weaponry, but I believe its influence on transport is equally noteworthy. Well, yes, you have the orbital airships. Specifically, the Orbital Revolution allowed the creation of railways for the first time. That's not as big as the airships. Before the Orbital Revolution, there were only 3 methods of transport available to Imperial citizens: horse, boat, and walking. Considering the sheer size of Erebonia, the situation was far from ideal. Travelling from the Imperial capital of Heimdall to Breahard, the capital of the Crozen province, for example, took 10 days on foot and 4 days by horse. Such long journeys would be impossible to imagine for the Erebonian citizen of today. Changing all that, however, was the Orbital Revolution's transformation of manufacturing, making the creation of mechanical engines possible for the first time. This marked a key turning point in the history of transportation, and Erebonia's first use of these engines was the invention of the train. Reception calendar 1158. First orbitally powered vehicle to run on rail tracks was developed through the combined efforts of Professor G. Schmidt, who I believe, a leading disciple of Professor Epstein, he was. I remembered his name. And the Ripon factory, known at the time as a weapons manufacturer, Reception calendar 1160. The freight line between Rur City and the Saxon iron mine was completed. Reception calendar 1165. The first passenger railway connecting Heimdall and Roa began operation. As a result of these developments, the concept of the Orbital Railway became widely known throughout the nation, and by 1175, a wide-reaching railway network had been created with Heimdall at its center. That should be the Zamorian Rail Service? This rail nexus effectively connected the imperial capital with all of the major provincial capitals. This was followed soon after by the establishment of railways in other nations on the continent, eventually leading to the creation of the Transcontinental Railroad 20 years ago, which has made transporting people, goods, and information all over the continent significantly easier. There is no doubt that orbitally powered airships invented in the Libel Kingdom and the family automobiles developed in the Calvon Republic are also wonderful inventions. However, half a century after the Orbital Revolution, it is an incontestable fact that railways are the most important method of transport. No, it's not. Airships are better. They're faster. And more free. Okay. There we go, books. Now, maybe I'm biased, but why not be biased? Okay, here's our first one. Jesus, that's a lot. Oh boy, this is going to be big, isn't it? Okay, let's start on the other side. Okay, is there any here? No. Right. What do we get first? Current events / politics. This is useful. 4 Great Houses. 4 Great Houses is a collective term for the storied families who rule the 4 Erebonian provinces. Each controls a private provincial army and commands respect second to only the Arnor family. And that is the noble faction in the war coming up that loses. All 4 run their nearly country-sized provinces in accordance with the Empire's class system, but a push for modernization has increasing tensions between the 4 Great Houses and the Reformist faction. Yep, that's about right, 100 Days War. The 100 Days War was a war of aggression waged by the Empire against the Libel Kingdom in 1192, in which they were thoroughly trounced by Cassius, Albert Russell, and a selection of others like Jonah Morgan and Richard. The name is drawn from the 100 days between the start of the war and its church-mediated end. Initially, Libel appeared to be at a significant disadvantage, with the Empire occupying a majority of their territory, but a single operation using the then new patrol airships turned the tide of battle. The reasoning for the war is not public knowledge, but the Erebonian Empire has since formally apologized to Libel, calling the war a mistake born from an unfortunate misunderstanding known as Hamel, in which Weissman tempted some Erebonians to hire Jaegers to attack on their own provinces and blame it on Libel. Non-Aggression Pact. The Non-Aggression Pact was an international treaty proposed by Queen Alicia II and signed trilogy by the Libel Kingdom, Erebonian Empire, and Calvard Republic in Libel as Herb Royal Villa, which we unfortunately were not there to personally see, though we did actually see it as a perspective. While not legally binding, the pact has had a powerful effect, bringing an end to large-scale Erebonian and Calvardian military exercises near Crossbell and decreasing tensions between each nation. Phantom Thief B is here? Blowblanc? B is an elusive thief who has stolen everything from jewels to all tanks from people and organizations across the Murray. He has taken all the tanks. Well. His strange, almost beautiful methods have given rise to a small, dedicated fan base. Though he sends messages to his intended targets and makes public appearances clad in a white cape and mask, B's identity remains a mystery. He calls recent unusual thefts the liberation of beauty. We do know his background, but I need to go and look it up again. He's number 10, and he was choice number X, or whatever it was, and I think it was a con man. No, it wasn't a con man. I need to go look it up. Great Collapse. The destruction in the ancient Sumerian civilization is estimated to have occurred 1200 years ago. While the Great Collapse is commonly attributed to a natural disaster, this theory remains unconfirmed and is almost certainly not true after what we saw the Liber Arc. This ancient civilization's end marked the beginning of the Dark Ages. Septian Church. Septim Church is the most widespread religion in Zemuria and is based on the worship of the sky goddess Adios. Its high seat is in the holy city of Arteria. Although its influence has decreased somewhat since the Orbital Revolution, it still has a significant presence in the continent's education and health systems. Sunday School. Septium. The word septium encompasses 7 types of precious stones mined across Zemuria. Viewed as symbols of mystery since ancient times, their value as a resource shot up practically overnight when the technology to refine septum or septium fragments into quartz was developed. Artifact. Artifacts are essentially ancient orbments. While both run on orbal energy, they are operated very differently. Because they were likely produced by the ancient Sumerian civilization, proper analysis is currently beyond our technological grasp. Artifacts are occasionally found within ruins across the continent, and many are capable of demonstrating power that exceeds the bounds of human comprehension. Yes, the Septim Church has as such defined artifacts as premature gifts from the goddess, and claims responsibility for their collection and control. Wonder why? Rheingold Company. Rheingold Company was initially a gunpowder-based weapons manufacturer based out of the Erebonian Empire, known for its cannons and heavy firearms. Since the Orbital Revolution, however, it has expanded its operation to include railways and airships. This expansion has made it one of the continent's 2 largest companies, rivaled only by Calvard's Verne Company. The Verne Company is a massive company headquartered in the Calvard Republic. Like its industrial rival, the Rheingold Company, the Verne Company was a storied arms manufacturer that expanded into orbital research and development after the Revolution. Particularly worth noting are the company's innovative approaches to the development of orbital vehicles such as orbital cars and buses. Yeah, it does make buses. The Zeiss Central Factory, or ZCF, was founded as Zeiss Engineering Factory in the Welsh Kingdom's Zeiss City by Professor A. Russell, a disciple of the great Professor Epstein. ZCF was the very first orbital manufacturer to successfully develop an airship. They recently completed work on the high-speed cruiser Arcee, a feather in the cap of the Royal Liberalian Army. The Bracer Guild. The Bracer Guild is a non-governmental organisation acting to keep the peace and protect civilians wherever its numerous and continent-spanning branches reach. Its members are known as Bracers. Its guiding principle, to put the safety of civilians above all else, is both its greatest strength and a handicap, as it cannot involve itself in political matters unless civilians are directly threatened. Incredibly skilled mercenary groups, which can be found all over the continent, are known as Jaeger Corps. Due to their combat proficiency and their willingness to take on morally grey contracts, they are often used as private armies. As such, several countries have passed laws against their hire and use. Yep. The International Bank of Crossbell is a large banking organisation which manages the vast quantities of money flowing to Crossbell and supports the economies of nations across the continent. The IBC's interests extend beyond banking too. In addition to providing most of the funding for the Epstein Foundation's Orbital Network project, the bank manages theme parks and other similar diversions. It's run by the Croises, and things are about to happen there over in Crossbell with them. Let's not talk about it yet. The Imperial Chronicle is a news organisation headquartered in Heimdall. It has built up a reputation as the Empire's most trustworthy news source over the course of its 120-year history. Last year, in an effort to diversify the news distribution, the company established Imperial Chronicle Radio to supplement the widely read newspaper. Orbital Revolution. The Orbital Revolution was a technological revolution that saw its inception in the year 1150 with the invention of orbments by Epstein. The public was initially skeptical of this technological leap, but the invention of the orbital telephone by the Epstein Foundation and ZCF's orbital airships quickly proved orbments' practical value. Orbments have since become an essential part of our daily lives. Orbital technology powers everything from essentials like heating and lighting, to transport vehicles, to even modern weaponry. What's more, advancements in technology have decreased the size of orbital engines, leading to the development of more capable and affordable consumer-level automobiles by the Verne and Rheingold companies. Orbment is a general term for devices that operate by drawing orbital energy from septium. This technology was invented by Professor C. Epstein. The internal structure of an orbment allows it to interact with quartz, which in turn is manufactured from septium. This design allows for the manufacture of orbments with nearly limitless potential. Between their flexibility and ability to recover their internal orbital energy over time, orbments are significantly more efficient than combustion engines. A quartz is a circle with a crystalline structure made by refining and processing septium fragments known as sepit. While quartz are both an energy source and capable of producing a variety of phenomena, without the use of an orbment they are completely powerless. That's true. Orbital arts. Orbital arts are a kind of magic which can be activated by inserting quartz into a battle orbment, the combat-ready orbment developed by the Epstein Foundation. These arts, as they are commonly known, are widely used by armies, police forces, and bracers across the continent for their ease of use. Sufficient training can give anyone access to their incredible power. The Orbital Network project is an effort by the Epstein Foundation to develop a network in which vast quantities of information can be exchanged between computers using a series of orbital cables. I mean orbital terminals, not computers. While initially a joint effort between the Epstein Foundation and Liberal ZCF, the IBC is currently bankrolling the project. As a result, the network is currently being tested in Crossbell City. The Epstein Foundation is an organization dedicated to continuing the work of Professor C. Epstein. It researches and manufactures augments specializing in information processing and communication. The Epstein Foundation is also the sole manufacturer of battle augments, which allow their users access to arts. Their recent Orbital Network project also promises to be the future of orbital communication. The Erebone Empire is located on the western side of the continent of Zemuria and represented by the emblem of the Golden Stallion. The current emperor is Ugent Rice Arnor III. Despite the empire's strict class system and focus on tradition, it has begun to modernize due to the railway expansion efforts of Gilead Osborne, a veteran now known as the Blood and Iron Chancellor. Between its mechanized national armed forces, the Imperial Army, and private provincial armies that command the nobles ruling each province, Erebonium may be the most powerful nation in Zemuria. The Calvin Republic lies to the east of Crossbell State and was established after a democratic revolution roughly 100 years ago. Its current head of state is President Rocksmith. Calvard is a vast country and, thanks to their long-standing open immigration policies, very culturally diverse, also causing terrorism. Many immigrants from the east have made Calvard their home. Although it has been significantly less hostile toward Erebonia since the signing of their non-aggression pact, the two nations have been at each other's throats many times over the years. Crossbell sits on the western side of Zemuria, between the Erebonian Empire and the Calvard Republic. While established as an autonomous state 70 years ago, its two neighbours still dispute its ownership. At its centre lies Crossbell City, one of the continent's key centres of commerce. In addition to being a key station in the Transcontinental Railroad, the city is home to a major international airport. It was a pretty small the Marne estate, home to the Epstein Foundation and the birthplace of Professor C. Epstein himself. The Marne is a state in the centre of the Zemurian continent, also where the Brace Guild is stationed. It is also known for housing the headquarters of the Brace Guild, which has branches all across Zemuria. A city-state housing the high seat of the Septine Church, Arteria is located in the centre of the continent and acts as a gathering place for believers and church officials alike. The church comprises a number of organizations, including the Congregation for Divine Worship, which handles liturgical matters, the Congregation for the Sacraments, which handles administering the sacraments of the goddess, and the Papal Guard, which is responsible for protecting the holy city of Arteria itself. Very mysterious stuff in there. Bilbao Kingdom is situated in the southwest part of the Zemurian continent. Rich in nature and history, the kingdom is ruled by the long-lived Queen Alicia II, a staunch advocate for peace. While a humble nation compared to those around it, its bountiful Septine reserves, advanced technological capabilities, and Queen Alicia's skillful diplomacy allow it to stand on equal footing with any other. Last year, a large object of unknown origin appeared above Valeria Lake, disabling orbits nationwide. This crisis was resolved through the joint efforts of the Royal Army and the Brace Guild, and by that they mean the Brace Guild. Very much leading the charge with... No, that's not true. No, that's not true. The RSA and Chloe and Julia were pretty integral. The Nord Highlands are located northeast of the Empire and surrounded by the Isengard Range. Despite their harsh natural environment, they are populated by a tribe of nomads with their own unique culture. Given their proximity to both the Empire and the Republic, the Highlands have been a hotly contested territory for many years. And that's all. Okay, that's literally nearly all the information I already knew. Julio, let's go. We now have literally only the student union building to go to.
This should be the student union building. I know the cafeteria is on the first floor, but I wonder where the student council room is.
Hey there, first year. How's it going? Academy life been treating you well this past half month?
Oh, yeah, it has. Guess he must be a second year. It's not easy, but I'm managing. Mostly. Though I have a feeling it's only going to get harder from here on out.
Of course it will. Your class is going to be more intense than the others too. But you just hang in there, okay?
Okay. Wait. You're a second year student, aren't you? Do you mind if I ask your name?
Hey now, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
That sort of sounds like Josie heard.
First things first, how about you let me show you this cool trick I've been practicing?
Trick?
You got a 50 mirror coin I can borrow?
I think so. Pretty sure I do, anyway.
Cheers. All right, watch closely.
What?
Huh. Oh, it says 15. Is that arterial or Heimdall on the other side?
Now, which hand is the coin in? Left or right?
It's in your...
Too bad.
Guess you win. I'm usually pretty good at following moving objects, too. Though, wait. You said this was a trick, which means...
You catch on quick.
Huh?
Keep up the good work, man. You're gonna need to be pretty tough to get through a year with Sarah as your instructor. Oh,
It's in the bag.
and the student council room is on the second floor, furthest room back. See you around. Have a good weekend.
Oh.
Wait, my 50 mirror. He got me. Andy seemed to know I was heading to the student council room too. Somehow. Guy's good. I haven't met many of the second years yet. I wonder if they're all like that.
Very doubtful.
Oh well.
Very doubtful.
At least now I know where I'm going. Though if it really is open late, I guess there's no real rush. I might as well see what else people are up to in here.
Sure. Cafeteria and campus store. So a general store in a way? Wait, why does it sell? Oh, okay, I guess it makes sense for this academy. Okay. Not open yet. Samantha. Okay. A whole juice and a tomato sandwich. I don't have enough money for both, that's for sure. Okay, but are they acerbic tomatoes? I mean, if they were still CP, they must be, right? How's the exchange rates? Okay, you can't exchange individual SEPIF any longer. Are these only here for exchange? Or maybe you can exchange individual SEPIF, but not generally. Oh, we're allowed to enter. Okay, we don't have any other dialogue from being back here. Ramsey. Why not? Just steal your food. It's expensive. You know, I'm poor as hell. Or a noble and a commoner being friends, huh? You seem likable enough. Too bad you don't have a name. So it doesn't matter. Okay, the student council room is up here, so what about a lounge floor that we're technically not allowed to enter? Dorothy. Interesting. Oh god, no, it's not one of these, but oh god, get me out. Lower class chess club. Interesting. Stefan. Yeah, Machias help you. You can probably do the job. Photography. Oh. No, nothing interesting. They just repeats of each other. This doesn't have. Okay, well. Unused room, huh? Alright, well, that's all of it. I'm going to save here, because I think that's our campus exploration done. I'll separate it there. So, next episode goes from here, I guess. Found out, Exploral isn't that bad. Cool.